Hey guys, Filer here, and what you see behind me is something that I have sort of created. Not really created, kind of generated. So I've been messing around in 1.12.1, really old update, and I was playing around with the feature where you can do the customized worlds, and one of the things was the North scale generation and stuff. So I was messing around with those, and I got this. And this isn't exactly what I'm looking for, but it's close. And so in today's video, I'm going to be seeing if I can recreate 1.18 with in 1.12. So like the 1.18 generation, can I remake that in 1.12? So today we'll be finding out if I can pull this off. Okay, so I'm going to be going through this process a few times until I get something that looks pretty good. So what I'm doing is going to the custom thing. So if I hit done here, you can go here. There's the default world. Hit it, go super flat, large biomes, amplified, and then custom. Or customized. I hit custom. So I want to turn up the lava lake and water lake rarity all the way up. The higher the number, the less will spawn. And in those really old worlds, tons of them spawn. So I'm turning them all the way up. I'm going to next page, next page. So 3 out of 4, expert users only. Well, I'm an expert user, so I'm going to be doing this. So most of these things aren't affecting a lot. So that one, I turned up biome depth, biome scale, this one, and this one a bit. I also turned up this exponent a bit and the coordinate scale just a bit. And so that definitely did some stuff. So I'm figuring out that these 4 things right here are things that affect it the most. Plus this exponent, I bring up just a little bit, and I'll create this world. I'll see how it looks. I think this might be pretty good. Well, this looks like the 1.18 mountains to me. I don't know about if you think it is. I mean, oh, my FOV is glitching out there. That looks actually pretty good, you know? That hole through the mountain is a little weird looking. And yeah, I remember these weird dark patches. Yeah, but other than these, I mean, it actually looks pretty good. And I mean, you know, the leggy 1.12 stuff, but you know, it's actually pretty good. The clouds are up really high, I feel like, because I guess lots of the land is really hilly. So if you're up on like just a normal spot, you're like at maybe almost 100 here. Yeah, I'm at by coordinate 99, so that's pretty good. Yeah, so some of the stuff like that guy over there is a little bit absurd looking. Nah, this hill is like really crazy, but most of these things are pretty good. Not sure how there's trees here. Yeah, but I think mostly this is actually pretty good. I could turn down one of them just a little tiny bit. This might be a bit too hilly, but um yeah, I think this is actually pretty good. I mean, other than just the fact that there's some things that can't be changed in 1.12, like the fact that random blotches of snow spawn all around here and they look dumb, but there's kind of nothing to be done about that because of how 1.12 generation works. So, yeah, anyway, guys, that's actually looks pretty good on my, well, not my first try, but my first try recording. I did lots of tries before this to kind of narrow it down to what scales on the North scale things to use. And yeah, so I've narrowed it down to those 5 switches I was using. We're actually doing pretty good to the generation. So I'll go in and I'll show you a few of the other worlds I made that that I decided to keep because either they looked cool or they were close to what I was trying to get. So I'll hop into a couple of those worlds and show you what I made. So this world is one I made. It's definitely more than 1.18, I'd say. This is a bit crazy, and I decided to keep it because of how cool it looked, but I made more after this because it wasn't exactly what I was going for. My render distance can't even load that down there because it's so far down. There it is. It's loading in now. So if you see that, that's like ground level. But actually, if you look at my y coordinate up there, it is at like 105. So yeah, This is a normal biome, and it's that far down. So some of those things up there are the actual build limit. In the jungle, there's some really cool generation. Right there, there's this huge thing. If it would load. Yeah, see, there's these weird floating islands all over. And there's these huge tall spires somewhere in the jungle. These really tall, big things, kind of mountainy hills. I'm not sure where some of them are. Ah, there's one. See? Look at that. It's like pretty skinny and it's like really tall and it has these huge jungle trees on top. So that actually looks like really cool. So I spawned like I think world spawn is maybe more this way, but I spawned somewhere in the jungle and saw these huge hills around. So yeah, this world is a pretty good one, but wasn't quite what I was going for. So I'll show you the next world I made, which I think is one of the coolest of them all. Okay, loaded in this world. Here's what it looks like. It's kind of crazy looking. There's these really tall, like, it's kind of posts almost, poles, I guess I'd call them. It's coming out of the ground, and since this is at y coordinate 256, there you can see that, mobs do not burn in the sunlight, or at least in older updates. I don't know if that's still around in newer updates, so that's why there's zombies and creepers and these guys up here. And yeah, so that's kind of silly. He'd start burning if I hit him off. So yeah, lots of mobs spawn right up top here, even at daytime. So that's kind of silly. Also, down there is actually the ocean. So if you look at the biome, right now it's deep ocean over there. Sometimes it changes to regular ocean. And yeah, so these things are actually coming out of the ocean. So if you fell off one of these, you probably wouldn't die. Unless you fell off one like that, that's like kind of next to the land. But most of these are actually coming out of the ocean. So it's really weird looking. But yeah, so this is probably my favorite one yet. There's a lot more over there if those would load. And yeah, so this is probably the best one of the worlds that I made. Although it didn't exactly get to what 1.18 looks like. It's pretty good, I would have to say. So yeah. Anyway, this still wasn't quite what I was looking for. So then, the next clip that I'll show you is of me when I actually find the one when it looks like 1.18. And here we are, back in the world I showed you at the start. That looks a surprisingly large amount like 1.18, with the really big hills that don't have snow on them, the kind of small, sometimes cut off rivers, and this almost looks like the Stony Peaks biome. So yeah, the new 1.18 test snapshots. This actually looks kind of similar to lots of the generation there. So I think that this I've done a pretty good job recreating this. So yeah. Anyway, for those of you who can't use the test snapshots, yeah, you can just do this. If you don't know how to download the test snapshots, or if you're afraid that they might have viruses or something, even though they don't. And yeah, so then you can just do 1.12 and customize it. So yeah, anyway, hope you guys have liked this video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more great content like this. And I'll see you guys in the next video.